How could the polls have missed this so badly? Let's talk now with Arnon Mishkin, the director of the Fox News Decision Desk. Arnon, thanks for coming back in. I know it was a long night and morning for all of us. What's your, this many hours in, your thought about the polls, the exit polls, and the overall going into Election Day?
I think that it was not a polling failure so much as an analytic failure in terms of the pre-election polling. If you look at the last Fox News poll, which, by the way, I don't work on, although I help out with it a bit, but so I don't have a vested interest in it.
Janet Blanton is fantastic. I do.
Okay. But the last poll had it Clinton at 48%, Trump at 44%. But everyone reported it as a 4% gap. In the end, the vote is turning out roughly 48% Clinton, 47% Trump. That's the national popular vote number, or a 1% gap. I think there was too much focus on the gap between the candidates and not enough focus on what the poll was showing, which was Clinton at about 45, 46%. And the analytic failure was not to realize, wait a second, no matter what was happening in this campaign, no matter how many times Donald Trump did not seem to do very well in the debate, there were all sorts of scandals or accusations made about Donald Trump or tapes that were released, Trump would go from, say, 42% to 38%, but Clinton stayed at 45%. The implication, or in hindsight, what we should have realized, and some people did, what we should have realized was, wait a second. If Clinton is not able to get someone to come to her side in a poll, even after all the bad weeks that Trump has had, the likelihood is she won't get them to the poll, and that the undecided was, in fact, a hidden Trump vote or a vote that was going to go for Trump.
Yeah.
And if you look at the exit poll, what you see is that voters who decided in the last few weeks, by 10%, went for Donald Trump. They didn't go for Clinton. Those people who decided earlier on were with Clinton.
You made two important points. Let's put up the RCP average. This includes the recent polls, and this is Election Day, 45.5% to 42.2%. And you're right now, it's still adding up, this vote total, but the vote total has Hillary Clinton up over Donald Trump by about 1 point. So this is the second time in recent history where the winner of the presidency has potentially, and we believe this is going to happen, lost the popular vote and won the Electoral College.
Yeah, and not surprisingly, in both cases, it was the Democrat who won the popular vote and lost the Electoral College. The way the country is structured, with California and New York being heavily Democratic states, the Democrats run up the score, winning those states, and in fact, you could say almost waste vote in those states. And we did an analysis of the polling, and roughly speaking, if a Democrat wins the popular vote by 3%, that translates into an Electoral College photo finish, which is basically what happened yesterday. The Democrats won the popular vote because of New York and California and Illinois and those places, but they lost the Electoral College.
And finally, quickly, this untapped, unrealized Trump voter, the Reagan Democrat that is now a Trump Republican, that was real.
Absolutely. I mean, that was the thing that was surprising, or that was surprising in retrospect in terms of Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and potentially even Michigan, where people thought that was the Hail Mary for Trump. Well, someone caught it in the end zone in those states, and at least two of them went for Trump. And that's an indication that the map has been reshaped in America.
Arnon, thank you very much for your hard work this campaign season.
Thank you, Brett.